Miss Chatterbox talked more than a lot. She talked all the time, day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year in and year out. She never stopped. She didn't know it, but she even talked in her sleep. Now, this story is about the time little Miss Chatterbox decided to get herself a job, which she did, in a bank, in Happyland. At 10 o'clock one Monday morning, Mr. Happy strolled into the Happy to Lend You bank in the middle of Happy Town. He took out his checkbook, wrote a check, and went to the counter.
Good morning.
Behind the counter on her first morning at work stood little Miss Chatterbox. She smiled at Mr. Happy. Mr. Happy smiled back.
Well, for the time of the year, it's a good morning, but not quite as good as the morning we had yesterday. And I dare say that tomorrow morning will be an even better morning. But it's quite a good morning for Monday morning, and the birds are tweeting cheerfully. And you, Mr. Happy, have come to us. It means that the day is going to be the happiest and the most successful.
And she went on and on and on until it was time for the bank to shut. Mr. Happy was still standing there with his mouth open in amazement. He'd been there for hours.
And now it's time for the bank to shut and time for me to go home. And goodbye, nice talking to you.
And she went home, leaving poor Mr. Happy without any money. The following morning, she was fired. She got herself another job in a restaurant. They eat a lot. It was Tuesday morning, and at midday, Mr. Greedy walked into the restaurant and sat himself down at his usual corner table. He always ate there on Tuesdays because that was the day they served extra large portions. The waitress came up to take his order.
What's the soup of the day?
The soup of the day is tomato, but we also have other soups to start. Other soups such as oxtail and chicken noodle. And we have other things to start with, such as chips and fish and burgers and the main course. And I would like to recommend you trying our salad. What is better and healthier than a plate of salad?
And she went on and on and on until midnight. Mr. Greedy was still sitting there, listening in amazement. He'd been there for 12 hours, listening.
And now it's time for the Eat-A-Lot restaurant to shut and time for me to go home. So goodbye, nice talking to you.
And she went home, leaving poor Mr. Greedy feeling rather empty. The next morning she was fired. The same thing happened all week long. On Thursday morning she was fired from her job as an assistant in a hat shop. Miss Splendid went into the shop to buy herself a new hat, but she couldn't.
Hello.
Oh, madam, I've just a hat for you. And it's pink, and pink is your color, and pink is going to match your shoes. And oh, where did you get them? They're so amazing. Aren't they pretty?
Yes, they are.
The queen herself must not have such pretty shoes.
It was all talk and no hat. On Friday morning, she was fired from her job as a secretary to Mr. Uppity. Mr. Uppity, incidentally, was the richest man in the world. I just thought you'd like to know. But poor Mr. Uppity didn't make any money the day that little Miss Chatterbox was working for him. Oh no.
Oh, Mr. Uppity, I've never worked in an office before. Do you want some coffee? And are you as rich as everyone says you are?
It was all talk and no work. But this story has a happy ending because at the very end of that week, little Miss Chatterbox managed to find herself a job that suited her down to the ground and up to the sky.
Как вы думаете, какая бы работа подошла нашей бедной несчастной Little Miss Chatterbox? Человеку, который так любит поговорить. Какие ваши версии?
Call-center.
That's a good idea. Anything else?
Psychologist.
Ага.
Реклама.
Реклама, да.
Реклама.
Раздавать все листовки.
Okay.
What did she find?
We'll find out soon.
That Saturday evening, Mr. Chatterbox was at home in Chatterbox Cottage, which was where he lived. Mr. Chatterbox was cross because his watch had stopped and he had arranged to meet Little Miss Sunshine at 7 o'clock, and he had no idea what time the time was. So he decided to telephone the speaking clock to find out what the time it was. He dialed the number.
Beep, 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 beep.
At third stroke, it will be 6:25 and 15 seconds.
Little Miss Chatterbox took a deep breath.
Beep, beep, beep. At third stroke, it will be 6:25 and 20 seconds. Beep, beep, beep.
How strange.
Thought Mr. Chatterbox to himself.
It sounds just like my sister.
Работа в колл-центре это была самая ближайшая идея.